So we have a lot of questions about Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Yeah, Mr. Abrams.
Hey everybody, welcome to On The Level, and we just watched Star Wars The Force Awakens, and boy do we have a lot of questions.
There are a ton of things we are not sure about, what's going to happen, what did happen, and so we're just going to go through some questions we have, and maybe you have answers, or maybe you have more questions.
And in case you didn't see, this is very spoiler of a video.
Spoilerific. Is Supreme Leader Snoke huge?
Or is it like a Wizard of Oz kind of thing?
Pay no attention to the hologram evil guy. He might be tiny.
Yeah.
He might be normal. He might be gigantic. We don't see a lot of gigantic, like, creatures that talk.
Yeah.
So
Jabba is the biggest.
that we can think of, yeah.
Yeah, that we know of.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's possible that he's this giant thing. It was surprising.
It was,
I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
It's not a major question, but
Yeah.
I really want to know. If he is huge, that is going to make for a very interesting battle.
Yes.
Especially if, does he have a giant lightsaber?
Right?
That'd be cool. I gotta go.
So will Finn and Rey have a romance? She treated him very like, oh, you're a good friend.
There was a flirting going on.
I
saw some flirtation
on his end.
Definitely
For
on
sure.
his end. There were advances on
Yeah.
his end. But I felt like there was a flirtation going on, but I don't know. I hope that they do something crazy, like she doesn't like him and he loves her.
Okay.
And it's this whole like friend zone, unrequited situation that makes him turn to the dark side.
Doesn't seem like he'd be that much of a douche.
He doesn't, and that's
Yeah.
why it would be like out of
He
nowhere.
like gets tattoos, wears his hat slightly to the side,
right.
just goes to the club.
It's like a tribal tattoo we've never seen before because
Yeah.
it's like an alien tribe.
It's written in Sith. I just like to imagine that tap out gear exists in every universe.
Who are Rey's parents? Who's she waiting for?
Is it Luke?
Is it Luke?
Is it Luke?
We have no idea
Yeah.
at this point, and that might be one of the biggest questions of all.
Well, the lightsaber called out to her and
Luke
and Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. So it showed everybody in relation. She had
Yeah.
a weird vision involving hearing Yoda's voice
Yeah.
and what presumably was Obi-Wan's voice. I mean, it's
Had to be.
Even Maz said, I've
Yeah.
seen these eyes before. Like, there's something there. Like, there's got to be some sort of family thing there.
We will hopefully find out.
Yeah, and she looks eerily like she could be related to Natalie Portman.
She kind of does.
Right?
Yeah, eerily.
Eerily.
Just the ears.
Yeah.
We'd also like to know your questions about this movie. If there's nothing that we talked about in this, let us know down below. Let's discuss it.
Why does C-3PO have a red arm?
I felt like I heard something about that at one point, but I completely forgot. Not in the movie, but like randomly came across something that he has a red arm, talking about a toy that someone had already seen before the movie came out.
Just don't know
But
why.
Why?
I mean, I don't know if they're even going to explain it. I mean, it might have like a big reason.
It's not red at the end of the movie.
Maybe they're actually going to talk about that, or something actually happened concerning that, because, I mean, it's...
Maybe he played Chewie in that weird chess game again and won.
Although Chewie was the nice guy who put them together again.
Yeah.
You know?
But he knows he can, so it wouldn't hurt him to
yeah, he's like,
rip them apart
I'll just put you back together. No big deal.
with a red arm.
I guess it could just be a joke,
Yeah.
and that it was kind of
Just-
quirky and funny. But
This is why he did it, so we're all talking about
yeah,
it.
exactly.
So why did R2-D2 come out of low power mode?
This is a big one.
Like right at the end of the movie, BB-8. I thought BB-8 woke him up, figured out how to do it, and then I was like, no, he's doing it himself.
So, did Luke wake him up?
Did her use of the Force wake him up? Did the planet blowing up?
Or the planet,
The whatever it is?
Death Star 2.0,
Wouldn't that be 3.0?
3.0S?
No, that'd be 2.0s now if we're going by
Oh yeah, it'd be
Apple standards.
Sorry, 2.0S. Sorry about
2.0s plus
that. Yes.
Edge.
It is definitely bigger. But no, I mean, all of a sudden he turned on and there was no explanation for
Just
why
like-
or who did
yeah.
it or why it happened.
And he had a map.
And he didn't turn on the second he saw anyone's in particular.
He'd been sitting there for a while.
He had been sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
And he had already seen BB-8, so it's not like BB-8.
Yeah.
It's not like BB-8 turned him on.
Oh.
Why can Rey use the Force without any training?
I have a theory. I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
What you mean by?
So I have a theory about it.
And it might be the same as mine.
Yeah, is it the Jedis have been around for so long that it's just she's remembering lore it's trying it?
It's legend, right?
Yeah.
That's my theory too. They all know about the Jedis but have never seen them.
Yeah.
Or met them. They don't really understand.
There's so few of them at this point in time anyways.
Yeah.
It's 30 years after.
I mean, they ask if
Yeah.
the Force is real. Mm-hmm. And if all that stuff is true and Han
Han
is like,
finally admits it.
yeah, it is. Like, this is everything you've heard is actually true and real.
Maz is
Yeah.
like, I've seen it.
I mean, that's how stuff happens, you know? If someone told you about all these people who can control things with their minds and like can fight and have a propensity to do this and that and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then someone says, oh, by the way, you're one of those people. Wouldn't you give it a shot?
Right?
I mean, I would immediately
I
try
try
it.
force persuasion all the time.
Yes.
Anyways.
And it never works.
Yeah. I love automatic doors. They make me feel very special.
You will give me all my groceries for free. You're holding up the line.
Yeah.
Stop making sound effects and pay for your damn food.
So is Rey the new pilot of the Millennium Falcon? I really hope so. That would
I
be
hope so,
awesome.
too.
With Chewie as her side pilot,
I mean,
co-pilot,
she
side
hot
pilot.
side pilot. Yeah, let me get a side pilot. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
She sat in that seat like, what? Let's do this.
She already knew the ship. She knew how to fix it. She flew it like a madwoman.
Yeah. So it's kind of a no-brainer to have her be the pilot. But
She did call it a hunk of junk, though.
yeah,
You know,
well, so did everybody else. but one of the things though is that like if Luke is her father, will Luke pass R2-D2 onto her, and will she end up flying an X-wing with R2?
Wow.
That's something I want to know because she's a damn good pilot. Will that happen?
Give me a moment.
Or is she gonna? I know. Or is she gonna stay in the Millennium Falcon? Also possible.
Yeah.
But her and Poe side by side,
Right.
flying X-wings. Come on.
Or will she get BB-8?
I don't think Poe's gonna give up BB-8.
No, I couldn't imagine.
Would
that.
you?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I want one.
I want 3. One for the bathroom, one for the bedroom, one for the living room.
You forgot the kitchen.
I don't want BB-8 in the kitchen. Trip over him and it'll burn in my hands.
I didn't think
This guy's
that's
trying
true.
to kill me. What's the deal with Maz Kanata?
I know.
I know.
Who would own a bar for 900 years, first off?
Yeah, I know it's a big question, but why does she know all this? Why does she have Luke's lightsaber?
How important is she?
Why is she recognizing Finn's eyes? Why is she
Right?
recognizing Rey's eyes? Why is she know Chewbacca and hitting on him? Why? I mean, there's a lot of mystery to her.
So much. She's
and
intriguing.
and an incredibly cool character. Like an
Great
exciting
actress behind it, too.
Yeah. And I hope she is still alive because we
really do.
don't know.
No.
I have this weird feeling that it's not the last we're gonna see of her, and that there's
No.
gonna be kind of an integral
Yeah,
role.
she's going to be kind of the inciting incident, or at least be able to drive the plot.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
something's gonna happen.
Somewhere, somehow, she's
Weird.
going to be back in episode 8.
I think we're gonna need to see her again.
Yeah. So Captain Phasma, is she dead now?
I don't know.
They did make an evacuation order, and we didn't see much after she dropped after they dropped the shield.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of time for her to get away, and she's awesome. I like her.
Is she important?
Also that.
She was easily convinced by like Finn.
Yeah.
Easily convinced her. Is she gonna have some sort of turn like Finn did? You know what I mean? Like,
She's the only super unique.
yeah. Why is she?
stormtrooper.
Why is she like that too?
Yeah.
I mean, she looks different than all of them, and seems to be really important. And she's so cool.
You get the impression that she's really important.
Yeah.
Even if that wasn't intended.
Yeah. And she's really
Yeah.
cool, and I really like what they're doing with the female characters. I really like what they've done with the stormtroopers in general.
Oh, for sure.
By them not all being clones.
Yeah.
And to have this like strong female. You know,
Will the clones come back?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's another
There's
question.
another
for you.
question for you.
And you know what? All you haters out there saying it's not female armor, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I was just thinking that.
It's armor.
Yeah, I'm sorry you can't see your belly button.
Yeah, you don't need boobs for it to be armor.
No.
You know, sometimes you can just, I don't know, wear armor.
Yeah.
Go wear armor now. Yeah. The burning question on all our minds, is Han really dead?
I don't really want to talk about it because I'm still absorbing.
That was a very, very emotional moment.
It still hasn't fully set in.
But it's not the first time that someone has been hurt. Someone has fallen
down a very large shaft.
It's not the first time that we thought someone was dead.
Well, and it's like, and no, it's not in the movies, but it is in canon in the Clone Wars because Darth Maul got cut in half in the movie, but he comes back in the Clone Wars. So he didn't die, according to Disney saying that the Clone Wars is canon.
So is he dead?
Right.
Now my thing is, part of me is like, no, please don't be dead.
Right.
But part of me is also like, this is a necessary element, and one of the best things about Star Wars is that major characters do die.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. The fact that Darth Vader died, the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi died, like that is it's one of the things that creates the emotion and the passion of these movies. It's part of it.
You have a piece of it with you now.
Yeah. It'd be funny if it all just rests on whether Harrison Ford just doesn't feel like being in it anymore.
Well, he wanted to kill Han since what? Was it Return of the Jedi, I believe? Or was it The Empire Strikes Back?
I don't know.
It was one of those two movies. He's wanted to kill Han ever since then because he wanted him to have more meaning. But his death doesn't have to be permanent because it is a mythological universe of Star Wars and anything can happen.
And it's J.J. Abrams now, who is notorious for making it so that people don't die. I don't know if you saw Lost, but no one ever dies.
Because they were already dead.
It doesn't matter. Watch anything he's done except Felicity.
Except for Lost.
Even in Felicity,
Even
in Felicity, there's probably someone who died, like some stupid like background character who died, and then all of a sudden came back, but we're now like goth.
So is Kylo Ren really dark, or does he actually have a plan? He's struggling with the light side a lot through most of the movie, and Han's death is supposedly helping him to free himself from the pull of the light side.
He is an incredibly complex character and hard to understand, and
a badass.
And we recently saw a theory that he has to go fully dark side in order for him to complete the balance of the Force. His actual plan is to balance the Force and finish what Anakin was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's why he's looking at Darth Vader's helmet, that whole thing.
Yeah. And according to Sith lore, the apprentice always kills the master. So is this what he has to do to kill Supreme Leader Snoke and reset everything?
And if that's the case, then that means that Han had to die in order for him to be able to be fully dark, because he doesn't have this thing pulling. But
did Han know?
I don't know. But a big question is, Han is not the only thing pulling him to the light side.
No.
Leia. Does he have to kill Leia?
And is Luke?
I don't know.
Who's pulling him?
But it's crazy. I mean, there is the possibility that he is not actually dark, and he has a reason.
So if you haven't gotten enough of your Star Wars fix yet, you should click right here and right here to watch some more that we've done.
And also, thanks so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing, which you can do by hitting right there. And also, feel free to share it with your friends. And until we see you guys next time, geek out and game on. Is Supreme Snoke... Oh, Supreme Snoke.
Supreme Snoke. Does that come with sour cream?
Is Supreme... I keep doing it. I keep doing it.
I'll have the number 7 Supreme Snoke.
Can I get that no cheese? Can I get it with the pico de gallo instead?
Would you like some dark side?
Did you want dark side sauce or light side sauce?
Or were you a little dark on the side?
Yeah. I want Anakin on fire sauce.